Ding, ding, you guys. Ding, ding. Welcome back to another episode of the Turnbuckle Times 10 Count AEW edition. As always, I am one of the what I like to affectionately call idiots screaming into mics. I'm one of your hosts, Stephen Burton. And man, oh man, look around for a second. We got a little bit of a new look. We got a little bit of black and gold on this one in honor of the AEW edition. So, like I said, like, review, share, follow, subscribe, like, review, subscribe, all that great stuff. We're going to touch on Dynamite and Rampage. And I kind of thought about this. So we're going to recap them both, but we're going to do a little different highs, lows, good, bad, ugly, stuff like that. Because the issue with it is I don't want to recap every match sometimes because as much as I'm a huge fan of AEW, not every match is worthy of a recap sometimes. You want to touch on the high points, and that's what I want to give to you guys. So let's start it off with the Dynamite, the highs and lows. So Dynamite, some of the highs, obviously. You had a couple of them. You had a couple of kind of in the middle, little bit of stuff. Obviously, first match of the night, high. Jungle Boy, Adam Cole, amazing match. Just start to finish, great spots. Actually had me thinking that Adam Cole might not come out victorious a couple of times, which kind of surprised me. Jungle Boy, I think, had probably, in my opinion, the spot of the match, which was that weird Hurricane Rana from the inside to the outside on the apron to the floor. Like, it was insane. If you've not seen it, go watch it. It was just crazy to see. But obviously, Adam Cole comes out on top. Not shocked by that. Not really. Um, Not incredibly surprised. Another great part, and it jumps right into that match. That's something that's fantastic. But another great part is right after that, the you know elite click or click elite or you know the elite in general comes out. They're celebrating, and out comes Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, to kind of try to issue a rematch challenge to Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega kind of backs down a little bit. Daniel Bryan promptly introduces him to the crowd in Rochester, New York, as Kenny No Balls Omega, which the crowd immediately latched onto and started chanting it, and it was fantastic. He got frustrated, Danielson did, and basically said he'll take on anybody who has any balls on Rampage, which we know turned out to be Nick Jackson of the Young Bucks. That took place on Friday, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. Definitely was really a cool moment. And then another high was the final match. I mean, I'm sad because y'all know I'm a big fan of Miro, and I even said it last week that I had some high level of concerns that he was not going to come out on top on this because Sammy Gavaro is young, hungry, very well respected, very well liked, very over. So I was not shocked that he won. Doesn't mean I can't be disappointed, you know. Um, for me, kind of a low was like the 16-man tag. It was very chaotic. Uh, it's hard to follow that many people. It really is. It had its moments. I thought one of the cool moments was Evil Uno trying to walk out and Brody Lee's wife comes out and it's like, and first of all, -1 comes out and he's screaming at him like, no. And then she comes out and it's like, not tonight, because it was in honor of him. The whole night was in honor of him. They got back in the ring and they got a victory. Obviously, another kind of middling match in the middle for me was the Ty Conti, Anna Jay versus the Bunny and Penelope Ford. I mean, it is what it is with that. I guess I know my feelings when it comes to that match. But the end was cool too because it's pretty well reported. Ty Conti's really close with -1 and having him come out was a pretty cool little moment. Um, and was an enjoyable thing to see. So, I mean, a lot of highs, a lot of highs overall that I was pretty happy with. Um, not horrible. So we skip ahead. We go to Rampage. Right off the jump, you got Brian Danielson versus Nick Jackson. Great match. Danielson kind of put a whooping on him. I thought a cool spot was Nick Jackson going for like this moonsault flip, and Danielson just kind of pulling out of the way and immediately going into the label lock, which was really cool. Um, so wasn't surprised at the ending. Thought it's playing into the whole thing. The Elite comes running out, and Christian Cage and Jurassic Express comes running out. And there's all of what's going on with that. It was a good match. Brian Danielson. Oh, I told Adam. I'm still having a hard time with that one. It's kind of a mouthful for me. Uh, he performs every time he's in the ring. Like it's great stuff every time he comes into the ring. Um, you had Ricky Starks kind of issuing kind of a verbal shut up to an extent to Brian Cage. I mean, that's still there. Ricky Starks is really talented. You guys know my feelings on Brian Cage. I think he's kind of like a gorilla in the ring. I don't think he's kind of like a Bobby Lashley to an extent. You also had the promo from CM Punk, kind of saying, "Keep a lookout. Like I'm here. I'm back. I feel good. I'm ready. All comers, welcome. Let's go." But they didn't really release anything in regards to who his next matches are. I think he's going to end up fighting Adam Cole pretty soon when that storyline gets there, because he's kind of sneakily on commentary whenever Adam Cole's fighting, and he has a lot of really good things to say. Next up, you had the Anything Goes with the Jade Cargill, Nyla Rose, and Thunder Rosa. I love two of those three. I'm not a huge fan of Nyla Rose, but Jade Cargill looked really good. Thunder Rosa looked really good. I thought the appropriate person won, which was Jade Cargill. She's undefeated. They're grooming her. She's still super green, but she's the one who's eventually going to take the title from whoever it is. If it's Britt Baker who carries it, but I don't think she's ready to do that quite yet. But they're definitely grooming her to be able to go and do that. Plus, I just realized as we did the women, she totally has the grand, the glam slam as her finisher, which is kind of very interesting. And then to round out, you had the hair versus hair, Orange Cassidy versus Jack Evans. I think this was, and I love Orange Cassidy, but it's kind of a low because it was just one. I'm not a fan of Matt Hardy. I don't really like him, and I don't think it was ever in question who was going to walk out of that as the victor. There was no way they were cutting Orange Cassidy's hair. Jack Evans is Jack Evans. Um, I just didn't see it. I didn't think that it would amount to a whole lot. But like I said, I mean, it was interesting too because you kind of had Hardy Family Office came out, and then you had, you know, Chris Statlander and the Best Friends come out, and then they were outnumbered, and then out comes the Dark Order, which was just kind of a cool thing, and they kind of blocked the ring for Orange to get the win. Orange punch, done. End of sentence. End of match, and we move on. Is kind of the way that it was, and then they kind of cut his hair in the ring, and that was kind of funny. He had a ponytail on the top of his head. Um, so I'd be remiss if I didn't say here, kind of at the end, of what was really cool about both of these, specifically Dynamite. Dynamite for me was really cool. So obviously there was a huge rumor that Bray Wyatt was going to show up, Brian Rotunda or William Rotunda. Um, kind of the connections, really close to Brody Lee, in Brody Lee's hometown. So a lot of people make it. He did not. He didn't show up to either. Talking to Adam, he did a little bit of research. He seems to still have about 30 days on his non compete, but it was just kind of cool in general. The Dark Order played a big part in a lot of what was going on. It was cool to see Negative One out there again. Uh, and it was a reminder that it's still very sad for a lot of people, but it was really cool. It was a really cool, draped in pink or draped in purple, sorry, for a lot of the stuff. So, all in all, good week of shows. Um, Probably give them B's. Nothing. The Sammy Gavaro Miro fight was really really good. Um, the Brian Danielson fight was really good. Uh, you had several really good ones, and I'm a fan of Orange Cassidy, but I'm not going to rank him that high on this week. So as far as this goes, you guys know the drill too. Please rate, review, subscribe, share, follow, uh, like, share, subscribe on the YouTube channel. We're shooting for 100. We'd love for you guys to help us get there. And if you're subscribed, tell a friend. If your friends are subscribed, tell him to tell a friend. You guys know the old adage I say, friends don't let friends not subscribe to Turnbuckle Times 10 count. So I don't have anything else. I'm excited for a week of shows next week. I'll get back to you guys on Friday. We got our live show coming up next Wednesday. We'll pump the topic out to you guys. We're excited about that. Other than that, peace. I'm out of here. Talk to y'all next week.